The older two children got themselves into a lot of trouble through drinking drugs. My son is actually, he's a recovering heroin addict. He's still in Milligan. He's actually due out here in June. And he's been clean now 18 months from he's been in there. He's on that sub-detect, but and his sister, the two of them got themselves into a lot of bother about that time and stuff. Quite aggressive, fighting and things like that, and they were in and out of court and things like that, and then the two of them got a quite heavy sentence. My son got 20 months and my daughter got 17 months. My son he will be 25 this May coming, so he was 23 when he went in. And he is in prison for grievous bodily harm. And my daughter, she is 24, and she was 22 when she went in, and again she was again for assault or grievous bodily harm, something like that. It was all to do with fighting under the influence of drinking drugs. It has shaped my life dramatically and changed it dramatically. My daughter had 2 children, and I have now got custody of her 2 children. Our 2 children are age 4 and 6. So I've got full custody of them now. I've got residency order of them, and financially as well. As I'm a lone parent, so I've done it all by myself. So financially, mentally, physically, it was very, very draining. Like I say, it wasn't just one, it was 2. But like I say, the 2 of them were dabbling in drugs, and like I say, my son was a heroin addict. But the 2 of them, I can honestly say, class jail as rehab. That's why he's been looking at it. Like I say, he's been clean almost 18 months now. He is on sub-detect, but he's actually put over 2.5 stone on in weight, because he was obviously running about and not eating and things like that, and now he is. And as well, I mean, her missing her children was terrible, but again, until she gets kind of her life sorted out, because she suffers from a good bit of mental health, both of them do, suffers from PTSD, because back in when he was 19, this is why he turned to drugs, he was beat badly by the paramilitaries. He was kidnapped by the paramilitaries and beat very badly, all because he played for a Catholic football team, and that he went with a Catholic girl. The ones in our way didn't want him to do that, so they told him to stop, and because he didn't, they gave him a kicking and ruptured his bowel and punctured his lungs, and his wee mind was never the same again. So he turned to drugs. And then my daughter, she went through a lot with a very violent relationship, and he was very bad, possessive and very violent. So she as well suffers from PTSD again, and her way out was to turn to drinking drugs. And like I say, it got the 2 of them into a lot of trouble. But for the whole family, it's been an absolute nightmare. But the only way is up. And at the minute, she's in a hostel. She's just been released there, and she's in a hostel, and she's doing brilliant and being released here in the summer. So I'm looking forward to hopefully. But like I say, we don't think we can get any lower. I think the only way we can go now is up. I think it was a friend of mine told me about Necro. They were absolutely fantastic. They phoned me and come up to Christmas and even Easter and the holidays for the children. Just because I've got 2 small children of my own. I have a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old of myself, so I have 4 children full-time under 9. And they brought parcels out for them, and in the lockdown they were setting up things for them to draw on, to keep occupied, for me to sit and work with them all. Like they give them like hearts and paints and stuff, for us all to do activities together as a family to try and keep us quite active through lockdown. I can honestly say that they were a saviour for me, financially as well. They helped me out so much. I needed that support, to be honest with you, because I had nobody. My mother also died in the middle of all this. My mother died in 2019, so that was quite hard as well. I lost my best friend, so I really didn't have anybody to turn to. And like I say, they were there. Even if I wanted to give her a ring or whatever, she was always there for me. And like I say, giving me things for the kids and myself. It was amazing, actually. It was brilliant for me. mentally as well for me as well, you know, knowing that there was somebody there to help you and understood, because not everybody understands when you've got drug addicts and as children that just look down at you. Well, that's one thing that they never ever did, you know. They were always there and they were always supportive. Fingers crossed that everything goes according to plan, and we just got on like hopefully like a normal family and things like that. But like I say, Necro were an absolute godsend. They actually took me out for dinner and everything, so they did, and was treated like a queen. And it was something that I'd never ever got, because you know, you don't go out to a big restaurant on your own, do you know what I mean? Or you've usually got the kids. So it was all people like myself, that the children were either in jail or just out of jail, or their partners were in jail. So it was all people who were in the same boat. So it was really comfortable and relaxing, because nobody was looking at you as if to say, you know, what are you doing here? You know, because everybody was in the same boat. So like I say, they were absolutely amazing for me. And the positive note is I hope that everything goes according to plan that I want it to, and that we'll just get on with it and stay out of prison. I hope to stay out this time, you know, and